A Guiding Star by Lizzie Paish. Day 11. How Things Ought to Be. I am a lover of what is, not because I'm a spiritual person, but because it hurts when I argue with reality. I have felt that pain and always look to love what is, however unlovable it can seem at times. Byron Katie. As accommodation goes, a stable out the back of a pub would have got a terrible review on TripAdvisor and would undoubtedly be out of business in no time. But it seemed to do the job for the birth of a special baby. The shepherds must have felt a lot more at home there than they would have in a palace. And without the stable, how many children over the years would have missed out on dressing up as sheep and donkeys? If you asked me the best place for the Son of God to be born, I wouldn't have said a stable. I'm sure Mary would have preferred a proper bed in a clean room. But somehow it all worked out nonetheless. When I have a clear plan or picture in my mind of how I think things ought to be, I can really get upset when they don't turn out that way. I also see a lot of anxiety generated in other people's lives over the fear that things won't go the way they want or the way they think is necessary. But what if I trust that I can respond effectively to whatever comes up? I could accept that there are going to be plenty of times things won't go the way I choose, but still head into this unpredictable life armed with my own resilience and moment-to-moment wisdom. What if I can just experience it all and allow myself to handle it as best I can? What if there is not a way things ought to be? With fewer expectations, maybe we'd see more of the wonders that unfold in front of us that weren't on the agenda, at least not on our agenda. What if some of those things that look pretty much like a shitty stable at the time have the potential to yield gold? What's more, when we're not fighting against what is or worrying about an imagined future, our experience of life is less stressful, less painful, richer even. Looking back at the twists and turns of our lives, don't we see many times when the circumstances seemed awful and the future bleak? But from our current vantage point, we can see what we couldn't see then. The way we thought things ought to be was not the only, or even the best, way. The gifts of love, peace, and joy are available in very many unexpected places. Our judgments of good and bad don't always turn out to be accurate. Gold and angels are everywhere. They just don't always look the way we expect.